So this is my 5th attempt to shoot this video because I've either rambled too much, forgotten to turn the camera on, taken a selfie mid-video by accident, or completely lost my train of thought entirely. I have no idea what I'm talking about. It's fine. You guys wanted this. This will be the second random story time video, and then I'll film the Q&A right after that, because then I'm taking all this crap off my face. I know I look bad, but I swear I look better in person. Don't let the HD fool you. I look so much better in person. Okay, anyway, we're just going to start from a little list of agenda stories. I will start with the most recent one, I guess, and then I'll just move on by funniest. First one is, the time I got trapped in the bathroom. I've never been trapped in the bathroom until we moved here. Just to clarify, about 2 or 3 days ago, I was trying to film this video. So I had all my makeup shit set up and I had all the shit I was going to do my hair with, so I jumped in the shower to get ready. I'm showering, there's this loud thud, and I didn't go investigate it because downstairs people do downstairs things. They make noises, they thud, whatever. I hop out of the shower, towel off, hang my towel up, go out to go get dressed, my butt naked self, and I come to the door and I grab it and I pull on it. Because we've got those weird, like, 70s doors, the ones that slide into the wall, except ours is a big, thick wood one. It's like a couple inches thick, solid wood. So it kind of falls off the track sometimes. At least the back wheel falls off the track. And the day I hopped out of the shower, both wheels had fallen off the track. So it fell flush with the door frame and shut me in. So I go into this absolute state of panic. It's like, I need to get out of this bathroom. I have a video to shoot. 2 people care. 2. And I love you guys so much. You motivated me through this. I'm yanking on the door and I'm shoving it and it's not fucking moving. It's just not budging. So after about 15 minutes of that, I just lay on the ground and I'm like, I give up. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die. Nate's gonna find my body. I'm gonna be dead. And I lay on the floor just feeling sorry for myself for about another 10 minutes. Then I get back up and I'm like, no, I have to shoot this video today. I have to get out of the bathroom. I can't wait until Nate comes home at 5. It was like 11 in the morning. I was not prepared. Just sit in the bathroom all that time. Anyway, I get up underneath the door and I start fucking just shimmying it and shoving it and shaking it for about 15, maybe 20 minutes. So all in all, I was trapped for 45 fucking minutes. But I finally get the door open, like on the hinges, and I throw myself out of the bathroom just onto the bedroom floor. I'm like, no, never again. No, fuck you too. I'm not shooting a video. So that's why I gave up on shooting it 3 days ago, because 45 minutes in this bathroom that I can barely stretch my arms out in was too much for me. That was enough for one day. What's next on the agenda? The one I told when I tried to shoot this video before was really long. It brought me up into like 13 minutes of rambling. So I'll wait until my brain is more collected to read that one. Or to tell that one. These are just prompts, they're not words. Oh, that's a good one. This one time at my old job, which a few of you know why I'm not there, and the disgusting things that happened there, but if anyone wants a video explanation of it, I will put that out there. But back in February, when I was still there, right around the time I got outed, like left, and got booted, that's the words I was looking for, booted. It was actually Valentine's Day, and I was working, I think an open to close shift, I don't remember, it was busy, so everybody needed bright heels, Valentine's Day, red heels. Everybody needs cocktail dresses and red heels because they're gonna go to Applebee's. I don't know. Anyway, do my thing, dealing with people all day, shoes. And this guy comes in, like, later in the afternoon, when everyone in the mall's really started to pare down. And he's holding a shoe. As soon as I, like, come over to greet him and make small talk, he's holding a shoe. And he's just completely disinterested. In my small talk, I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Got big plans for Valentine's Day, what's happening? And he just completely ignores me. Sorry. And then I'm like, hey, can I get that shoe in a size for you? What size did you need? And he's like, well, how about you tell me what sizes you have? And I'm like, well, it would help a little bit if I knew what size range I was looking for you. He's like, why don't you just tell me what sizes you have? So I pop to the back, check all the sizes, write them down in my hand, come back out to him, and I'm like, we have this size, we have this size, we have this size, and this size. Are any of those in your ballpark? And he's like, oh no, that ain't gonna work. I need a size 10. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's no problem. But in the back of my head I was like looking at him, staring at his feet and being like, is this for you? I was so confused at that point. I was like, why wouldn't you just tell me? This is cryptic. Anyway, we go back over to like the sale rack area and we're picking out different shoes. I'm like, do you want me to check on this? How about this? And he's just like, no. And then the things I do check on, we only have like teeny tiny sizes in, like almost I could fit in them sizes. And anyway, he's like frustrated. He's almost arguing with me. I'm like, how about I just bring out everything we have in that style in a 10? And it was a, pair of boots or something. So I bring out a pair of boots. They're nice, like, cowboy-ish boots, like the boho chic kind. We get that. We get a matching purse that was on sale. He's, pleased as punch by the time he leaves. Everything's perfect. I go on my break. I come back, work for another couple hours. Then all of a sudden, this very large Amazonian-looking woman, I don't mean big, I mean like she was just built like she could kill you, comes in with a Journeys bag in her hand and walks right up to me, like she knows me, and then I feel fucking terrible because I'm like, oh god, I don't remember you. But anyway, she slams the bag down the counter. Wow, autofocus is fantastic. Slams the bag down the counter, and she's like, I don't like these, I need to take them back. And I was like, okay, can I have your receipt? And then she yells something behind her, and the guy from before just comes walking up, and he hands her the receipt. And I'm like, hey, so what was wrong with them? What didn't you like about them? And my boss comes up behind me and she starts checking the shoes, because that's what we're supposed to do, make sure they're not damaged, nobody shit on them, I guess. But anyway, she's checking the shoes, and I'm trying to get information from her for the return, because we're required to do that too. They at least have to provide a name for the return. Anyway, she's fighting with me. She doesn't want to give me the information. I'm like, it's just so we can make the return, so we can get you your shoes exchanged or cash back or whatever you want. And while she and I are like arguing with each other, my boss flips open the lid to the shoes, and when I go to grab the shoe and check it, there's just a big old fat pregnant cockroach laying in the bottom of the box. Like this big ass fucking cockroach. It looked like it was about to pop, had babies everywhere. And my boss is just, and I'm just fucking horrified, sitting there in shock, and the dude she came in with is just, and she, with the brightest beaming smile, just very carefully takes a tissue out of her purse and very gently wraps up the cockroach in the tissue. Does not crush it, wraps it up in the tissue and places it in her purse. And I swear to God, there was an entire 20-second period where I didn't say anything and I didn't move, because I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Is that your friend? Is that your pet? Do I need to check for more? What's happening? She just fucking didn't even address it. Didn't even act like it fucking happened. You know that fucking cockroach was crawling around in your purse. And she was just like, la-di-da-di-da. Where the fuck did she take the shoes in like a 3-hour period? Where have they been that got in there? I'm just so fucking confused. Cause it normally takes longer for weird shit to happen. But okay. We got her shit done, we got her handled, and she left. And we just immediately decided no one was going to touch those shoes again. The shoes were dead to everyone because that was fucking gross. What's another good one? The time I met someone very interesting that a lot of you might know if you're weird like me and watch TLC shows like My Strange Addiction. Fucking love My Strange Addiction. Those people are weird. I like them. Anyway, there's this episode that's in like the Roanoke area. It's in Bedford County, so it's like 40 maybe minutes away from me. And there's this episode with this woman from Bedford who ate rocks. Like, she ate rocks. And I liked that episode because I was like, that is so close to us. That's interesting. Like, that's really interesting. I didn't think she was weird. I'm just like, these people, I want to get inside their brains. What are they thinking about? Do they know things? Let's find out. I was in love with that episode. And this is the time where I was still working at the other tattoo shop. The tattoo shop, like, in the strip mall thing. And anyway, it was just me and John, who is one of my favorite artists in the world, just in case he ever sees this. Hi, John! I was working there with him, just running the counter and stuff. And he was on a smoke break or something. I don't quite recall, but I was there alone, just handling everyone and dealing with everything. But this woman comes in, and she has a very distinct, like, high, mousy voice. I'm like, do I know you? I think I know you. And we're chit-chatting and talking, and then she shows me this tattoo on her arm, and she's like, how much would it be to fill that in with color? And I was like, I estimated for her based on what John did. And she's like, do you guys have time to do it today? And I was like, no, we're booked up for the rest of the day, but you can come out tomorrow and do it. And she was fine. It was all good. She left. And then as soon as she said something to her family that she was with, I realized who she was. She was the woman from the My Strange Addiction episode. And I was just so fucking starstruck and giddy. And I was like, can I ask for a picture with her? Is that rude? Like, Nate came in and was like, what's happening? I was like, she's in the building. I need a picture with her. That's so cool. Just freaking out. And then John comes back and I'm like, do you know what this thing is? And he's like, I've heard of it. I've never watched it. And I'm like, okay, well, and I explained the episode, and I was like, and she was just in here, and she's gonna come back tomorrow for you to tattoo her. And we were just like over the moon excited. And then she just never showed up. I think I made too much of a commotion. I'm sad. Wow, this is getting long. Let's pick 2 more good ones, and then I'll cut this video off. Ooh, that one's a good closer. But another work-related story. This was around the period of time where I was working 70-some hour weeks, maybe more, sometimes slightly less, but no less than 50-hour weeks for a good solid chunk of time. Anyway, I closed the night before, and I was coming in real early because I had shit that needed to be done. Like, I had to do all this extra shit that I couldn't finish last night. So I come in, I open the gate, doing my morning routine, and I hear something, like a rattling or something, like movement coming from the back room. So I'm like, okay. And I continue doing my stuff, and I hear movement again. I'm like, oh my fucking god, is there someone in our back room? Did one of my part-timers leave the back door open? Is someone going to rob and or kill me? So I take one of the big, like, metal hooks that we have to reach stuff down. And I take that into the back, and I'm coming around the corners, and I'm just searching the whole place, and the door is locked, and the alarm's good. And I don't find anybody. I check under things. I checked in the bathroom. I checked. So I'm heading back out to the front to finish my shit. All of a sudden I hear it again. So I whip around, and all of a sudden, just from the sky, there just comes buckets of water. Like buckets and buckets of water just comes pouring through the roof. Then I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. I run and get a bunch of rolls of paper towels, and I'm mopping up all this water while it's still fucking pouring. So I lay down like 2 rolls worth of paper towels, maybe more. And I run out to the front to go call maintenance or somebody. And I'm looking through all the numbers, and we don't have their number anywhere. We don't have the basic mall maintenance number written down anywhere, because apparently I'm just supposed to remember that offhand. So then I don't want to leave my store open, and I don't want to leave the leak alone. So I'm up against my gate, and when the security guards comes by, I'm like, oh my god, please come here. And I'm screaming and freaking out, and he's like, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I was like, please get maintenance down here now. My roof is pouring water. Like, please help. Send help now. And he radios into somebody, and they're like, okay, go back there and try to control it. We're going to get somebody in here. And by the time the water's now trickling, and I've mopped up all the water, and I've saved all the shoes so they're not ruined, these 2 guys come through, and they're roof professionals, like hired by the mall, like a third party, not even their guys. So I'm pretty confident they're going to handle it. One of them stays in the store while I open and everything, and the other goes up onto the mall's roof to check for the leak, because they don't think it was a burst pipe. They think that rainwater was pouring in. So the dude's up there, and the dude down there, I don't know what he was doing for most of the time. I don't know. I never heard any sounds or noises. But the dude from the outside comes back in. They're like, okay, you're good to go now. I'm like, okay, bye then. And I go in the back to check what they did, and there's not plaster, there's not like a cutout or anything, or a patch on the side inside my store. But there is a big fucking bucket to catch water. Just a big fucking bucket to catch water. That's all they put there. Because, ta-da, fucking fixed. What makes matters worse is the dude that was on the inside was hitting on me on his way out and asking me if I had a cell phone and could you get my MySpace? No. Camaro guy would be a good story to tell. I'll have to tell that one later. Because the last one's really funny. I'm not going to name names or explain situations, because that's rude and mean. It's not mean. It's a little rude. It's not mean. It's funny. Anyway, Nate and I, like from the very first time we met, we were vaping on my little eco stick, and we loved that. We liked playing with smoke and vapor and doing smoke tricks and vape tricks and shit like that. And one day we were driving around with a third party in the car. Technically at that time I was the third party. A third party in the car, and Nate and I are passing the vape back and forth, and we're still in the stage where you can only like make your mouth into a circle and tap your cheek to make smoke rings. We hadn't learned how to do it without yet. And T and I are going back and forth blowing smoke rings at each other. And then the third party's like, I want to do it, let me try, I want to do it. Literally like a 5-year-old. It sounded like a 5-year-old. Anyway, we pass it to her. And she's just puffing on it like... just like the lightest vape I've ever seen. And then she gets a big old mouthful and does this. I shit you not. I'm doing it! Look, I did it! I was doing it! And just these giant puffs of vapor came out. No rings, no consistency at all. And that was just the funniest fucking thing, because Nate and I just kept staring at each other and like waiting to burst out into laughter, because that was just the funniest shit in the world at the time. I don't know. Don't ask me. You people asked me to talk about my life. I didn't ask for this. I didn't.